This is the S&P 500 Spider ETF SPY one-day reading for March 13th, 2024. It's currently January 19th, 2024, 2:18 p.m. Eastern Time. SPY at the time of this reading, $482.13 USD. And the shuffle video that we're about to play for you was created on January 8th, 2024 at 6:59 p.m. Eastern Time. That's this video right here in the corner. The overall theme and behavior for SPY on the 13th is a significant decline through multiple support levels. This is a cross-reading congruency, guys. The behavior around the highest high for the day, we have an important resistance level on a multi-day scale that we've failed to break through many times before. It is highlighted there around the high. Behavior around the low, we have three crisscrosses back and forth through the same price level. The third cross to the upside confirming a bullish trend. So usually when you see the virtue card in the low significator position, it indicates that you see the low twice, maybe three times, but 2 to 3 times. And it actually looks like we might. I'm advised to trade around a key resistance level that we trade. We have enough price change surrounding that resistance level to trade in both directions. And before I go, and also the VIX seems to decline pretty notably here on the 13th. Before we go any further though, I want to make sure everybody's aware the whole purpose of the channel is to transmute some of the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. We do that by following the rule of karma for the channel. You go to the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, and 5% of the profits from every profitable trade utilizing this information should be donated forward to one of these charities, or pick a charity of your choosing as long as you're paying 5% forward, and then 5% should be sent back to the channel through one of these links. If you're international, you can use Wise or you can use YouTube Tips. And that leaves you at 90%. Make sure to spend that 90% out of love. As long as you follow those rules, you follow the rule of karma for the channel, the universe considers you an angel investor. It's going to send it back to you tenfold for following through. Blessings to all my angel investors. Let's get back into it. Okay, guys, so remember, not each card's energy is going to line up perfectly with 1 hour of time, even though each card represents about an hour in time. In some cases, you have to give it plus or minus an hour of wiggle room here or there, just because that's the nature of tarot. But in a lot of cases, you won't even need to do that. In cases where you do need to do that, make sure to follow the sequence of events as outlined by the prediction, because that remains solid, even if there's a little wiggle room on the timing. In the pre-market, we have a move higher through key resistance. We stay above it briefly, and then we break back down through the same price level shortly thereafter. And in the midst of doing that, we're creating a new local high of some kind. There's a low and a high correlation right around the open. So a lot of price change around the open, probably from a low into a high. And we have a crest there in the first half hour, which is very likely the same price level as what we saw in the pre-market. From that crest, we'll decline to and through support and then do a U-shaped reversal below that support, come back and reuse it as support. And then there's that truce card yet again there on the 13th between the 10 to 11 o'clock hour. And maybe that we break out through it momentarily. There seems to be another high, a slightly higher price level here between 11 and 12. But again, there's also another low significator. So a lot of price change here between 11 and 12, and a pretty big change, trade opportunity between the open and that peak at 11 and 12. There's also trade opportunity midday in the midst of a notable decline. So we go from that high at key resistance midday, or between 11 and 12, probably 11:30ish, and we decline pretty notably into a low, what could be a lowest low thus far for the month, or just a really significant low there, because there's that cross-reading congruency for a low on the March reading. Whatever it is, it's going to be like a scary decline or a fake out of some kind. Looks like a scary decline, and then a brief peak that's easily missed between 1 and 2, followed by a decline through multiple support levels. 3 pokes through the same price level there, between 2 and 3, and a sharp drop off of that third poke, but that turns into erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level in the last hour. And another low around the close after a decline off of a high, a pretty notable decline off of a high into a low at a key support level on a 1-month scale minimum. So what I would do is I'd be looking to close out of a short position here at a low in the morning at a key resistance level on a multi-day scale, and open up a high if we do go to a low first, and then in the low open up long, close a short. And then we have like this breakout to revisit a crest here at the 10 to 12 o'clock hour, somewhere in there. When we just break through it momentarily is when I would close out of the long. You could also probably open up a short there when you close the long, open up a short and close it in the midst of like this scary decline midday. Rally in the post market or in the early part of the day on the 14th. And there's a notable move to the upside, pushing the upper end of a range higher there on the 14th, as indicated by the Aeon card in the preview position. This could also be a cross-reading congruency here for the victory card. We might be a little bit behind as far as the sequence of events on the 1 month. I think we probably are. We'll talk about that in more detail in the reading for the 14th. And guys, if you want to get this information sooner, check out early access on our website to all this information. It comes out roughly like a month ahead of where it comes out on the public YouTube, allowing for extra planning ability. It's really the only kind of analysis that you can do planning ahead with. But with that said, you can do that so here at our services, SO Meta Posts, early access to a post, click here to subscribe. Guys, we're running roughly a 98% average accuracy day after day after day, predicting the chart behavior by the hour with highs and lows throughout the day. We've been doing it for years. Just scroll back. 98% average accuracy. $29 a month, $249 for the year, gets you access to all of our public posts on YouTube way ahead of when they come out on YouTube, allowing you to plan ahead. So thank you to everybody that goes ahead and does that. Great way to support the channel. Much appreciation. That's SPY for the 13th. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Make sure to follow that rule of karma, guys. We really are counting on you here to follow through on that. Without that 3% of viewers that did that, we would not be able to put out this content. I'd be out getting a real job, if you will. It would suck. So blessings to all my angel investors. I'll see you guys on the next one.